What we're doing is trying to just study the different marketing channels that are available. You all have experienced visiting a website, looking at some products, and then going to Facebook and seeing those same ads on the site, following you on Facebook. That is the Pixel technology at work. So we're trying to set that up for our marketing. Basically, Tyler, can you just summarize how this will work? They have to go to our website first. Is that how it starts?
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, all the Pixel is a bit of code that goes across the whole website, and it tracks interactions and then can trace those interactions back to the Facebook user that made them and target marketing towards what they've done on our site.
Okay, so yeah, there's kind of two things at work there. For a while, we've been using Facebook advertising. I do think that there's probably value in newspapers doing some advertising on social media because it can be so targeted just to amplify your content. So you want to get those ads running, and you've got these campaigns set up over there. And what you're saying is you're going to basically create a new audience that we can serve the campaigns to.
Right, and it's highly specialized based on how they have already interacted with us.
See, that's brilliant. I go to these sites and I know how it works now, but it still blows me away that they can just be so specific. And it's instant.
No, and when I show you how the setup works, like I was blown away by this interface. It is wild.
So show us what you've learned so far.
So the biggest thing was just finding how to get to it. It's not as intuitive as I feel like it should be.
Okay.
But once you're in your Pages Business Manager, probably in more tools, you want to go to the Events Manager, and I'll take you to this page. Now, I already have an event set up, which I guess is what they're calling the Pixel. So here is our Pixel, and here is what it's been tracking.
Okay.
Now, you want to go to Manage Interactions, and so that's managing that on the Pixel. And then Configure Events. You throw the URL you're tracking into it, and it pops up the site, but it's got this Facebook overlay on it. Here we are. We're just on the site, and here's this menu. This is everything I've tracked.
Awesome.
And let's just say it's mostly good for tracking link clicks. So if you want to just track page views, you go to track a URL. So that's just anyone that visits this URL. But if we want to track a click, you just click track a button, and all of the interactable items on the page are now highlighted. So all I would have to do is, let's see who's interested in the blog. I click the blog. Mm-hmm. Then you pick which type of interaction this is. I haven't actually had enough interactions that I'm tracking go through to actually look at what's being done here.
Right.
I believe these are just organizational so that you know what kind of interaction this was.
Okay.
But since it's just viewing the blog, I'm going to select view content. So that's what kind of interaction that was. There's no direct value applied to this viewing content. And I hit confirm, and now it's on my list.
So just for the newspaper's benefit, they could probably go to their website. I would choose the subscribe button, maybe about us.
What we've got here. So get a quote we've tracked. We've got the newsletter subscription submission tracked.
Right. Yeah, just the key points that demonstrate interest.
Your calls to action.
Exactly, the calls to actions on the site, which are the subscribe button, because the action that we're trying to get them to take is subscribe. You're not going to really be tracking individual articles for something like this, I don't think, but you could just have the homepage. Anyone getting to the homepage is going to be valuable, but I think that's cool that you can do different targeting for different events. If the event that they've triggered is the subscribe button, we might send them something very different than if they just came to the homepage, and that's the only event that they've been tagged with. Contact us, get a quote. I mean, those are all definitely indicators of interest. So we'll want to retarget them differently. I'm going to have to get in here and dig around myself. It's still a little bit of a black box, but you explained it very well. I'm just not quite clear. The different types of events.
Of interaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the different interaction.
And I haven't even dug into that yet. So I don't know what you do to utilize this data now that you've collected it. This has only been running for 2 or 3 days. I'm going to give it a week just so I have a good sample size.
In general, if we go back to the events manager, so this is just tracking the people that came to our site and then what they did on Facebook, or are these the...
So these are the total events that are filtered by the category I ascribed them to. So we've had one subscription.
Holy cow.
2 days ago.
I'd love to follow up on that. I didn't see that notification come in. I thought I got those. So they subscribe to the newsletter. Wow, this is really neat. And then the lead, is that the contact us form?
Yes, I applied lead to the contact us form, I think. And that makes sense based on the last couple of days. So
if they go to the website, the Pixel puts the cookie on their browser, then they go to Facebook, it would retroactively count that view. So that's what probably some of these are. But it could also be people going back to the website later, right? Once they have the Pixel on their browser, anytime they go, it'll be tracking.
I believe so.
And then it'll probably tweak over time. If they go back and they click on the quote calculator this time, now they've got...
that'll be a tick in that interaction. Yeah.
Right. And then they'll start getting more ads targeted towards people that we know are doing that.
That is the next step.
That's the next step.
Setting up the ads.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Yeah, this is the real power of Facebook in my mind, at least, because you want to just keep bringing people back in if they've shown
Even
interest.
if you're not targeting your advertisements, this
Right.
is some of the best cleanly laid out analytics I've seen.
Yeah,
So
right.
Just for
Yeah.
analyzing interactions on the site, this is fantastic.
Great job. Yeah, let's just keep working on it and developing that as a new technique for reaching people. Thanks for watching Today in News Tech, the podcast covering innovation in digital journalism. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast apps. We'll see you tomorrow.
At our hometown, we help newspapers build WordPress websites, design native apps, and develop digital subscription models. If you are interested in a free prototype of your publication on WordPress, go to ourhometown.com and click the Contact Us button.